These are all straight questions, guys. That's why I'm telling. Okay, straight question. What is DHCP? What is DNS? What is VPN? What is Active Directory? What is group policy? Straight
Sir,
questions. Yeah, tell me.
the user asked full form of DHCP.
Maybe you have to tell that one. What is DHCP means? DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DHCP server assign an IP address to clients. Or you can say DHCP server configure IP address to the client devices like that.
Yes, sir.
Protocols, port numbers. You don't leave point, guys. Try to gather more points and frame a proper answer and practice like that. You can answer it better. Easy way. So main points. Okay. You suddenly interviewer ask, tell me DNS port number. Sorry, yesterday only I studied, sir. I think it is nonsense, so I didn't prepare. Can you tell that kind of answer? In our college, how many people remember Viva Voice after lab? After lab, how many people remember Viva Voice? Oh, we have a status meeting is there. We'll see that one. No problem, we have 15. Okay. The point is, in a Viva Voice, what we will tell an answer? Sir, next day only we studied. Okay, we don't like this is the answer. Some nonsense we'll talk in the Viva Voice. But in interview, it is not like that, right? The compulsory you have to tell a particular answer. Question is there, answer is there. So you have to prepare for everything. Abbreviations, port numbers, usage, all relevant information and practice also. How to tell an answer, practice. Don't say some words or some random sentences telling like this. You guys, sorry. So we'll complete this. We have a meeting. I have a meeting at 12 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock. Okay, so DNS, domain name system, port number is 53, maps name to IP address. DNS server returns IP address of a host in the domain. If I tell like that, it is damage. Okay, so here it is. This is a DNS server. DNS means DNS domain name system itself a protocol. Guys, DHCP server and DHCP protocol. DNS server, DNS protocol. Of course, port number is 53 because it is a protocol. It has a port number. Active Directory is not a protocol. Active Directory is Active Directory. Okay? It's not direct protocol. It is contains it use certain protocols, but not a direct protocol. So it contains so many other type protocols. Okay. So guys, what is this DNS server? Already we know, but why I return maps I name to IP address and DNS server returns an IP address of a host in the domain. So IP address, right? So look at here. I open share this one to you. This link contains so many questions, basic questions. Okay, basic questions. I open a website. It is. I open a website to communicate to any system. Okay, either it is a local or outside of our local, like a google.com, or it can be a facebook.com, www.facebook.com or local.com, anything. youtube.com, youtube.com, or docs.google.com, or maybe it is just a www.google.com, or it can be a sites.google.com. Okay, it's a google.com is a domain. The sites, this DOCS, this www, all are servers or a host in this domain. When I want to open this page, I want to communicate with this host in this domain. I need an IP address of this. I need a IP address of that one. I need an IP address of that one. Okay. So who will give the IP address of this particular host in a domain? Particular host will give the IP address. So look at here. I have a machine. So there is a machine. There is a server or a web server or something it is there. I want to send a request. First of all, I have to communicate, right? How to communicate with the IP address only. But I don't know the IP address. Then what to do? The request from your PC, the request go to a DNS server. There is a DNS server in your local machine, the local DNS server. Request will send to DNS server. I want a IP address of this facebook.com or youtube.com or docs.google.com, sites.google.com. So DNS server will find an IP address and returns the IP address of the .com. Then I can able to communicate with the IP address, Okay. Same thing I have written here with a simple kind of stuff. Guys, you open a browser. In the browser, you type www.google.com. Now, we don't know the IP address of google.com. So what we do, we need an IP address of google.com. Our PC send a request to DNS server. Who is your DNS server? Who is your DNS server? This is my DNS server. Sorry. This is my DNS server. Okay. This is my DNS server. The request go to this address. Request go to this address and asking, I want a google.com, www.google.com IP address. Then this DNS server returns an IP address of google.com. Now we can able to reach www.google.com server with the IP address. Now you know the IP address, then we can communicate. Again, I'm telling guys, all communications by IP address only, not with the MAC address, not with the names, compulsory IP address only. Here is an example. Guys, we are all communicating with a mobile number. For example, I want to call to someone, like I want to call to Vikrant. Okay. So what I need a Vikrant phone number, right? Then only I can call. In a daily, so we have a lot of people to communicate daily. So here it is. One important thing, like what we can say, um, can say like our mobile phone contact list is right. So what I'm trying to say, I can remember few phone numbers, so I can call to with that phone number. For example, my father number, mother number, sister number. I can remember few numbers, 4 or 5 numbers I can able to remember. Not every number, right? Every number you can't remember. Every person phone number you cannot remember. So what you do? You create a mobile phone contact list. In that one, what you put it? You put a name and a phone number. Now I want to call to Vikrant. Vikrant name, Vikrant phone number is there in my contact list. I search for a Vikrant name. Then I will press the call button. Call goes with the number only, not with the name, right? Call go with the number only, not with the name. So that is how DNS works, guys. Once again, what is a DNS? DNS, domain name system. The DNS server returns an IP address of host when it is required. DNS servers maps the name to IP addresses. DNS server map the name to IP addresses in their servers. Okay. Whenever you required IP address of a particular host in the domain, okay, so then you can send a request to DNS server. DNS server send a IP address of that host. Okay. So here I written an example like you want a www.google.com or a facebook.com, studio.youtube.com, devocs.google.com. Okay. So you don't know the IP address. So request sent to the DNS server. DNS server returns an IP address of that particular domain or a host or a server. Okay. So you got an IP address. Now you can able to communicate with the IP address only. So guys, so these are the main point in the DNS. It is first of all, I'm trying to ping to the google.com. Now I got a first google.com IP address. Then I'm communicating with the google.com with an IP address. Okay. So it is a replies from google.com itself. Okay. It is replies. Means I'm sending packets with the IP address and I'm receiving an IP address from IP address. Okay. That it is showing the www. Right. So first of all, we should know the IP address of remote server, then only we can able to communicate. Okay, this is just for example, how name and IP address is there. And there is a hierarchical view is also there, guys. So it is not a time and no one is there. Anyway, I don't want to go with this one because no one is there and no time. Guys, this is a server name, means server 1. This server is in this domain called a contessor.com. What is this? One five, 2 minutes. Server 1, contessor.com. Server 1 and contessor.com. Server name is, host name, computer name is server 1. Domain name is contessor.com. While combine this one is a your FQDN, fully qualified domain name. If you see www.google.com, the www is a host. Google is a your domain name. Okay. You can see here it is. It's a mail1.contessor.com. Madam. Hello. Hello. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Madam, join out, madam, 2 minutes. Okay, so here it is. That's the point. Okay, so you have a server, so there is a domain and a host in the domain. Okay, so that is the hierarchy. It is there, so that's enough. Best important is abbreviations, port numbers. What is DNS server? What is the DNS server will do? Okay, that is a very important. That's it for today. So please read it like that. Let's stop recording.